I've been struck by how much banks have also leaned in terms of looking at their portfolios ahead of the ESG environment, or as the ESG environment's coming in, and thinking as well about their climate exposure
Yep.
as well. What can you say about that? I mean, it's a real issue. People are talking about trading off. How do we diversify away from some carbon fuels and some of these
Yep.
risks,
Yep.
but it is also a real issue in terms of just extreme weather events. And it seems like the banks and the finance industry are already moving in that direction. And I don't think people really quite always understand how much they have to think about it, because the financial losses due to extreme weather events are pretty real.
It's huge, and you're right. That's their business, right? They think about those risks in their portfolios. You mentioned ESG. I mean, there's a lot of disclosure that's already out there. But just yesterday, the SEC just
Yes.
put that out on the guidance for financial institutions. So that's now out there. And I think, as you probably read in that, there's this whole balance of getting materiality into the mix in terms of evaluating what's important. And making sure those disclosures are crisp on that. But I think, again, what you said was that banks have to be thinking about this, because it's all
Yeah.
about portfolio return and what's the climate impact, or frankly, any of these dimensions. But I think more of that will be standardized, right, in terms of how the reporting comes out and the disclosures, and that'll be good too. So.
Well, it sounds like, from your perspective, I mean, the SEC rulings, I know many a central banker were pleased with those, but also financial institutions, because they now they want to have more concrete
Yes.
ways to understand what these risks are. And
Yep.
they also want to be able to stress test their own scenarios and have these kind of more concrete measurements out there. That's transparency to them. So that's actually beneficial for them, because then they know, the rules of the road.
Right. And I think the difference from yesterday was just creating more awareness around the historical U.S. perspective has been from the SEC is sort of safety and soundness. The EU's further ahead in their thinking more globally around these ESG concepts. So I think that was just another step in that direction to get more unification around the thinking.
And I suspect it won't be the last step, but
Right.